Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ocean County College for today's national championship match between the visiting Thunderducks of Richland, who are wearing green tops and white shorts, and the home team, the Jersey Blues of Brookdale Community College, who will be wearing white tops and blue shorts and will be the home team on the scoreboard. Let's meet the visiting team, the Thunderducks from Richland. Number 15, Cassandra Andrade. Number 11, Jennifer Arellano. Number 14, Alex Orzabala. Number 19, Alyssa Barrianos. Number 24, Kelsey Bird. Number 21, Abby Corchado. Number 5, Giselle De La Fuente. Number 4, Savannah Dosher. Number 29, Stacey Garcia. Number 8, Martha Gonzalez. Number 12, Chessie Luptak. Number 3, Sabrina Macoro. Number 23, Jordan Macias. Number 10, Cynthia Martinez. Number 16, Viridiana Mraz. Number 17, Veronica Miranda. Number 30, Isabel Moreno. Number 22, Aileen Nunez. Number 1, Amari Olivan. Number 26, Sophie Omias. Number 0, Aaliyah Revelli. Number 7, Carla Tapia. Number 13, Kendall Titanberg. Number 9, Lauren Vasquez. Number 2, Hallie Vasquez. The head coach is Scott Toops. And now let's meet the home team, the Jersey Blues of Brookdale. Number 00, Marty Stewart. Number 3, Victoria Odell. Number 4, Ali Montefinis. Number 6, Kim D'Amelio. Number 14, Kelly Tompkins. Number 7, Meredith Parliament. Number 5, Brianna Penix. Number 9, Raquel Rodriguez. Number 16, Amanda Anastasia. Number 13, Allie Maddox. Number 2, Megan Begley. Number 11, Brooke Tardis. Number 19, Caroline Dorr. Number 10, Nicole Rodriguez. Number 12, Ashley Caffarella. The head coach is Katie Miller. And now Eileen Cohn will introduce our national anthem singer.
I'd like to wish both teams the best of luck today and ask that all spectators please remain in the stands at the conclusion of the game for the award ceremony. And now I'd like to introduce Brittany Sorrentino, OCC student and former soccer player.
One more round of applause for Brittany Sorrentino. Fans, coaches, and players, the NJCAA is committed to the ideals of good sportsmanship, safety, and fair play. We ask all fans, coaches, and players to show respect for the opposing team, officials, and each other before, during, and after today's game. Persons throwing objects or participating in other acts of conflict with good sportsmanship, safety, and fair play are subject to ejection and prosecution. Additionally, fans are reminded to remain off the field and play at all times, including before, during, and after the event. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. Fans, please visit the lunchbox adjacent to the scoreboard for food, snacks, and refreshments including hot chocolate, tea, hot coffee, and other excellent food items. Baden Sports is proud to be the official soccer ball of the NJCAA. Baden's Perfection Elite Soccer Ball is designed with the athlete in mind. Authentic, innovative, Baden shares your passion for a better game. A special thank you to the crew of Ocean TV 20 for their hard work and dedication to broadcasting this fantastic tournament live on NJCAA TV. The NJCAA and Ocean County College would like to also thank this year's tournament sponsors, Ocean Orthopedic and the Ocean County College Foundation.
Welcome everybody here to Ocean County. Brookdale taking on Richland County College, hailing out of Dallas, Texas. And this is for all the marbles here this afternoon, playing for the National Championship in Division III Women's Soccer. Brookdale coming out in their home white with red and blue trim. And of course, Richland County College coming out in a green and white trim. Brookdale controls the early opening tip. Here comes Richland County College. And ball will go out of play. Brookdale coming into this game 19-1. Their only loss earlier this year was to Mercer County, a Division II squad, so you can actually say that they're undefeated in Division III play. And on the other side for Richland County College, they are 16-5 overall, and are looking for another national championship. Brookdale, on the other hand, coming in here defending national champions, trying to be the first school in team history to go back-to-back in women's soccer. Marty Story will take it out. And here comes Brookdale now on the other side. Number 19, Carolyn Durr. Over to Brooke Tardis. Now into the corner. Ball is now booted back away. And now Brookdale will pick it up. Now stolen away by number 9, Lauren Vasquez. And now here comes Richland Community College. So the Thunderducks controlling here. Tight defense played by Brookdale. Ball is taken back out near center court, now popped up in the air. An attempted headbutt by number 7, Cara Tappe, has failed. Richland Community College, though, still under control for the moment. Now taken away now by Brookdale. And it looks like ball will go out of play and it will remain with Richland. So they'll be inbounding in front of their own, or in front of the Brookdale bench. Brookdale being coached by Katie Miller. You see her there. Sliding move made by number 11, Brooke Tardis, trying to keep that ball away from Richland. A little bit of a failure there. Now here comes Richland the other way. Again, both these teams know that they have a lot on the line here today. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Brookdale going in here trying to become the first ever team to go back-to-back in national champions. First time in school history a team in the athletics department would ever go back-to-back. Here's Rodriguez now in the corner. The ball is popped up in the air near mid-court. now here comes Richland Community College. The Thunderducks with a little bit of an advantage here. And going to get it near the goal, but a headbutt by number 4, Alexander Montefenice. Keeps Richland out of the danger zone for the moment. But now here come the Thunderducks. And ball will go out of play. Number 17, Veronica Miranda was controlling it, but it looks like it'll remain with the Thunderducks.
Is it any chance just you don't shake it, okay? Don't jump it, okay? Thank you.
So here's Miranda. Gonna push it towards the goal. A nice save though in front by Marty Stewart. There were players underneath for Richland, but a nice save made by Marty Stewart as now she'll boot it away. And we're gonna get a whistle, and it looks like Brookdale may have been offsides. So here's number 16, Amanda. Number 12. Tried to make her, I know we have a whistle. Looks like possession will remain with Richland. There's number 1, or number 4, I'm sorry. Controlling the tip for Brookdale. And ball will go out of play. It'll remain, or go back to Brookdale. So number 12, Ashley Carfarella will be inbounding. A little bit of a tie-up right in front of us here, but ball will remain with Brookdale. There's Carfarella. Going to throw it in. Looking for number 19, Carolyn Dewar. Looks like it'll still remain with Brookdale. Ball popped up in the air. Here comes Richland Community College, trying to get ahead. Brookdale, though, will stop that quickly. Again, Thunderducks looking for their first national championship. They have 3 in school history as far as women's soccer is concerned. Their last one coming back in 2009. There's a breakaway a little bit. Ball is jostled around. Both teams being very aggressive so far early on, as the ball will remain with the Thunderducks. We have a player down. Can't quite make out the number. Looks like it is Veronica Miranda. She's a little slow to get up, but she looks to be okay. Nice save made by Marty Stewart. A huge inbound pass, almost a goal there. And now there's a little bit of a tie-up at mid-court as here comes number 19, Carolyn Dewar. Had the ball swatted away for her for just a second. Brookdale trying to put something together as just under 8 minutes gone by here in the first period. Score still knotted up at 0. Inbound now for Brookdale. And ball will get tossed back out of play. It'll remain with the Jersey Blues. So here's Rodriguez. losing it for just a second. A sliding move made by one of the Richland County defenders. Ball is popped up near the goal. And we're going to get a whistle. A player goes down for the Thunder Ducks. I can't quite make out the number. It appears to be number 13, Kendall Tienenberg. She appears to be okay. So she'll boot it away for Richland. Headbutt out of bounds by Brooke Tardis for Brookdale. And Richland will inbound at midfield. And ball will go back out of play. Richland comes into this game under head coach Scott Toops. Again, both of these teams hoping to win a national championship for Brookdale. They're trying to look to defend, being the reigning national championship for champions for Division III women's soccer. And Richland trying to become national championship once again. They have 3 on their resume, all coming in the years 2004, 2006, and 2009. Of course, looking to get one more here this afternoon. So here's Lauren Vasquez with the ball. A little bit of a tie up there. Both players grabbing each other. Number 7, Meredith Parliament, was there on the defense. Richland, though, will be able to keep possession, and now a player goes down. It looks like we're going to get a foul called on number 14, Kelly Tompkins. And the ball will remain with Richland. They'll inbound from their own bench. Number 19, Alyssa Barrentitos. Tried to set up a headbutt opportunity for the players underneath the net. That, though, does not work out. And now here's Marty Stewart booting it away for Brookdale. Number 7, Carla Tepke. Controlling it for Richland Community College for the moment. Now ball is tipped away, and now number 19, Carolyn Dewar, again, trying to make something happen here as the ball stolen away. A little bit of contact, and ball will go out of play. And it'll remain with Richland. Brookdale comes into this game averaging 4.7 points per game. And so far, a little of a surprise. We are almost a quarter of the way through this opening period, and still no score as we're about to approach the 15-minute mark, I should say. Richland has had a couple of opportunities underneath the net. Goalie Marty Stewart has done a fantastic job so far. So number 11, Brooke Tardis, will control it now for Brookdale. And now here comes Veronica Miranda leading the charge for Richland. Ball popped way up into the air. And now here comes Richland. A 1-on-4 situation. Ball is still in play. A long shot, not even close to the net. Marty Stewart will go after it for Brookdale, and assuming she'll boot it away, and she does. Richland being very aggressive early on so far, having a lot more opportunities at the net, I will say, from our vantage point, than Brookdale. Richland really has been winning the offensive battle, as they have been in Brookdale's territory a lot longer than Brookdale has been in theirs. So here's Brooke Tardis. Ball will go out of play, and it looks like the Thunder Ducks will inbound from midfield. So here's number 24, Kelsey Bird. Gets it over to number 9, Lauren Vasquez. Possession changing underneath. Here's Vasquez. Tries to get it inside to a defender, number 15. A little of a tie-up at midcourt again. Richland really being aggressive so far early on. Brookdale has yet to really put together a solid run, but now this might change. Here comes number 12, Ashley Carfarelli. Tries to get it over to number 10, Nicole Rodriguez. Now back over to Carfarella. Stolen away, though, by Richland. Here's Carfarella. And has the ball swatted away from her, going out of bounds, it'll remain with Brookdale. So it looks like Carfarella will inbound. Tried to get it into Brooke Tardis, missed the headbutt. And now the ball will roll out of bounds. Still remaining with Brookdale, though. Again, just past the 15-minute mark, still no score. This is really the only time that we have really seen Brookdale stay within Richland's own territory for a longer period of time. Headbutt inside, ball popped up into the air. Bunch of players underneath. And now it looks like ball again near the net, but a nice save made by the goalie for Richland. Amari Olivan. So here comes Richland into Brookdale's territory once again. Number 9, Lauren Vasquez, trying to make a move. Has the ball taken away for the moment. And we're going to get a whistle, and it looks like a foul will go against Richland. And Brookdale will regain possession. So here's number 16. Inbounding for Brookdale. Gets it over to Carolyn Dewar. And Dewar has the ball pushed out of bounds, but will remain with Brookdale.
Substitution, Brookdale entering number 6 for number 9.
So Kimberly D'Ermilio will come in for Raquel Rodriguez. Substitution. Meanwhile, on our side of midfield, number 12, Ashley Carfarella will inbound. Tries it over to get it to Megan Bally. Here's Nicole Rodriguez. Makes a nifty move. Number 11, Brooke Tardis, made an attempt at the net, but that was a little bit wide. And now Alyssa Barrantitos for the Thunder Ducks will boot it away. Here's Megan Begley for Brookdale. Has the ball taken away from her for just a second. Flags go up, and it looks like it'll remain with Richland. So again, still no score. We are at the 20-minute mark here in the first period. Again, Brookdale coming in here averaging 4.7 points per game. So a little bit of a surprise early on that we still have no score, although there has definitely been plenty of opportunities for both teams. Here's number 9, Lauren Vasquez for Richland. Gets it near the net, but a nice save by Marty Stewart, who's now going to decide to try to push it and gets it over to Ashley Carfarella. Over to Tardis. Tardis. Tried to get it over to another defender. Brookdale player goes down. She gets back up again, though. And now here comes Carrie Tappa. Gets over to Lauren Vasquez. Vasquez double teamed. Not sure where to go with the ball. And that ball will sail over the heads of some of the Brookdale players and will be picked up by Marty Stewart. Brookdale again in the home white. Richland Community, or Richland Thunder Ducks in the blue, I'm sorry, the green. So Brookdale will control here, coming up across midcourt or midfield. Brooke Tardis gets it over to, try to get over to Kelly Thompson, lost control of the ball. Now here comes Alexandra Montefinis to pick it up. Back over to Ashley Carfarella. Now here's Carolyn Dewar. Tried to make something happen, but had too many Richland defenders. Wasn't able to do anything with it. Ball is stolen away by Caffarella. Triple teamed, and the ball will go out of bounds. But it looks like it will remain with Brookdale. Caffarella will inbound now. Here's Montefinis. Over to Tardis. Tardis over to Begley. Begley takes a shot at the goal, but is a nice save made. Ball is still going back and forth. Brookdale so far being able to keep it in Richland's own territory. I mentioned early on Richland was really able to keep it on the right side of the field, going from left to right on your TV screen. Brookdale, though, has been able to keep it inside Richland's territory for the majority of the second half of this period so far. 20 minutes remaining until halftime. Score is still knotted up at 0. Brookdale has definitely made a couple of nice runs. Here's Tardis controlling now for Brookdale. Gets it over to Begley. Ball now taken away. Going the other way, here come the Thunderducks. Ball being jostled around a little bit. Thunderducks trying to make another run at the goal. Now here comes Meredith Parliament, stealing it away for Brookdale and gets it up ahead to Carolyn Dewar. Ball went out of play for a minute, but it'll remain with Brookdale. They'll inbound from midfield. So here's Nicole Rodriguez. And an inbound coming from Allie Maddox. Dewar. Ball popped way up in the air. Katie Miller watching with intensity over on the sidelines, wants her team to start putting something together. Head coach for the women's soccer team for Brookdale. Here's Begley. Went through the legs of Brooke Tardis, but Kimberly Gillaminio will pick it up for the moment. Ball will go out of play, remain with Brookdale. And as I mentioned many times, Brookdale in their second straight national championship game, they defeated Rock Valley 3-0 this past Thursday to make it into the national championship game, trying to become the first school in team history to win back-to-back national championships. As ball goes out of play, almost hits the cameraman at top of center field.
Substitution for Richland. Number 14, number 10, and number 6 entering for 17, 7, and 26.
So we have a major substitution coming in for Richland. Many players coming off the field. One of them being Alex Arzabala. But getting ready to going back to what I was saying earlier, Brookdale has been no stranger to national champions or national championships in past years. Of course, when it comes to mind, the Brookdale men's team won the national championship in 2013 for Division III. Then the women for the women's soccer team came in here last year and won the national championship, and they're well on their way to yet another one. And it would not be a surprise, I don't think, to a lot of people if they were able to pull it off, but don't count Richland out. They so far have definitely had a very good effort here this afternoon. So we're here at the 27-minute mark here in the first half. Still no score. Definitely a lot of action, as here's Nicole Rodriguez. Player goes down for Richland. She gets back up, though. And here's Lauren Vasquez for Richland. Tries to make something happen. Ball will stay in play. Nice play by Ashley Carfarella. Gets it over to Nicole Rodriguez in the corner. Ball is popped up near center. Megan Begley. They'll kick it out of bounds. And it'll be retrieved by the goalie for Richland, Alia Alia Revili. Revili hasn't had a whole lot of action so far. Brookdale, despite being in Richland's own territory for a good part of the second half of this first half. Second half of this first period, I should say. Really hasn't had too many opportunities to make a couple of saves. Marty Stewart, as far as the two goalkeepers are concerned, has had a much more interesting day. There's still a lot of time left in this game this afternoon. So Brookdale will inbound from the corner. Boots it near the center, near the goal, where a bunch of Brookdale players are lined up. Ball popped up in the air by Megan Begley, and it'll ricochet off the fence.
Substitution, Richland, number 12, number 21.
So Richland trying to make some sort of a run here before we close out this first half. 15 minutes remaining. Some intense playing, and it looks like we're going to get a foul or a push off on number 9, Lauren Vasquez, for Richland. There's definitely a lot of contact. She was playing Brooke Tardis pretty hard. Brookdale, as a result, will take possession. Here's Rodriguez. Now over to Tardis. Tardis takes a shot, but it'll swing a little bit too far to the left. So Richland will inbound right underneath their own goal. Here is Rodriguez, Nicole Rodriguez, among many of the other players who are down there. Carolyn Dewar came in for just a brief second. May have gotten bopped in the face. Here's Lauren Vasquez for Richland, stolen away for the moment by Meredith Parliament, but Richland will maintain possession. So Brookdale again trying to put something together. They don't have numbers, only 2 on 4 for the moment. There's Carolyn Dewar. Gets it over to Caffarella, and Caffarella had a good look at the net, but a nice play made by Hallie Vasquez, who came in there at the last second, made a diving or a sliding move, and kicked the ball away. So here's Alyssa Barrantitos. Inbounding for Richland. Here's Raquel Rodriguez in the corner. Flags go up and it'll go back to Richland. Looks like Rodriguez may have bounced the ball off of her right foot. Ooh. Number 11, Brooke Tardis, just got a face full of soccer ball. Definitely have to be tough to play soccer. She seems to be okay, though. In fact, she's right in the middle of things now, trying to keep the ball away from Richland. And we're going to get a whistle here, and it looks like Brookdale may have been offsides. So Richland will kick off from midfield, trying to set up something underneath the goal. Ball is popped up. A nice save made by Marty Stewart. I think it may have actually gone off of one of the Brookdale players as it was bouncing towards the goal, but again, a nice save by Stewart. So here's Begley. Vasquez, inbound for Richland. A lot of contact there with Begley and one of the other Richland players. And now here's Richland, 2-on-4. Caffarella almost tripped up. Is able to keep her footing. Now here's Tardis. And will kick the ball a little bit wide. So coming up on 10 minutes left in this first half. Still a scoreless first half, as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast. Brookdale comes in here averaging 4.7 points per game. So definitely surprised that we have not seen either of these teams get on the board so far. That might change, though, as here's Richland. Had a little bit of momentum going, but taken away now by Caffarella. Here's Rodriguez. And that drive, Steve, seems to stall out just a little bit. And we're going to get a whistle. Looks like there may have been a push-off by one of the Brookdale players. So Richland now will have the opportunity to kick off from midfield.
Now we run!
And Alexandra Montefinice will just boot it away. Richland did have numbers down there, but smart move by Montefinice just to get it out of there.
17 for Richland. In for number 10.
So Veronica Miranda will come in for Cynthia Martinez for Richland. Quick substitution now with just 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first half. Score still knotted up at 0. Here's Scaffarella, double teamed. Tardis gets it up ahead to Begley. Brookdale trying to put together one last run before the first half ends. Both these teams coming in here having great scoring capabilities, but so far we haven't seen a whole lot of that so far. So a little bit of a tie-up with Richland trying to move forward. Ball taken away by Carolyn Dewar. Ball will remain with Richland. Both players go sliding down to the ground. Contact between Megan Bailey and one of the Richland defenders. Here's number 17, Veronica Miranda. Tried to push it back to Richland, and now Megan Begley went down hard after contact from one of the Richland players. We're going to get a whistle, and there might be looks like there was a foul. I believe it was Lauren Vasquez who took Begley down near midfield. Anyhow, Brookdale will maintain possession. Allie Maddox will pick it up. And ball will go out of play for a brief second. Here's Kelsey Bird, who will inbound for Richland. Bird gets it, tried to get it ahead to Alex Abella. Carolyn Doer let the ball go out of bounds. So again, if you're just joining us, we're here in Ocean County for the national championship for the Division III women's soccer. Richland Thunder Ducks, hailing out of Dallas, Texas, coming in here to play the local team in the area, Brookdale Community College. Just about an hour's drive up here in Toms River in Lincroft. A lot on the line. Brookdale trying to become the first team in school history to win back-to-back national championships. Richland, though, trying to get their 4th ever national championship, their last one coming back in 2009. Been an interesting but scoreless first half here as we approach the 4.5-minute mark. 4.5 minutes remaining, that is, in this first period of play. Here's Kelsey Bird for Richland. And Stewart will pick it up and stop that drive. Boots it up near midfield. And ball will go out of play. Caffarella will inbound for Brookdale. Another out of play. Kendall Tinneyberg tries to get something going for Richland. Caffarella has the ball stolen away by Haley Vasquez, and now here comes Richland with some numbers. Nice play, though, made by Alexandria Montefinis to stop that drive. Now she headbutts, she falls down in the process. And it'll remain with the Thunder Ducks. Just under 3 minutes left to go in this first period. Here's Richland trying to set something up. Here's Vasquez. Gets it over to number 17. And she is tripped up out of bounds. Veronica Miranda was the one who had an opportunity to try to put it in the back of the net. So here once again, another drive stopped by Brookdale as we approach just 2 minutes remaining in this half. Here's Vasquez. Over to De La Fuente. Here's Miranda. Let that ball go out of bounds. So it looks like Richland will inbound from the corner. Just trying to make out who it is. Here's Vasquez. Stolen away now. And now back to Vasquez. Puts it inside. Ball popped up in the air. Swatted around, and a nice save made by Marty Story. Went in there, grabbed that ball away. There were a bunch of Richland defenders underneath, trying to punch it in before the end of this first period, as now we are under a minute left to play. Vasquez. Now here's Duer. Tardis tried to get it under control. It's taken away by Andrea. So as we wind down the first half here, looks like Brookdale's not going to make an opportunity. And that'll do it. First half of play comes to an end. All right, welcome back to the second half, everybody, right here on Brookdale Television, covering today's match against the Brookdale Community College Jersey Blues women's soccer team, going up today against the Richland Community College Thunder Ducks, handling out of Dallas, Texas. Just thinking this morning, a little bit of a weather shock for these girls who come in from Richland. Probably not used to playing in weather like this. The weather, we had a little bit of sprinkles in pregame. But other than that, everything has been pretty dry. It is cold, but there is not much of a breeze blowing. Temperatures in the 50s. And we expect that to continue to drop as we head on into the night. So we open up this second half still with no score, which is a little bit of a surprise. Both these teams having the capability to come out and score a lot of points very, very quickly. And not to say that there weren't opportunities for either teams early on to do so, but those opportunities never came to present themselves. So here we go, underway here in the second half. Brookdale controlling the opening tip. There's Veronica Miranda controlling it for Richland. Gets it up to head to nobody. And Amanda Anastasia. They'll get ready to boot it away for Brookdale. Here's a little bit of an opportunity for Richland. Ball pushed inside. Number 15, Cassandra Adrian, is there. Here's number 24, Kelsey Bird. Trying to make something happen for Richland. But the ball looks like it's going to be taken away by Carolyn Duer. Splitting the defenders. Here's Duer once again, gets tripped up by number 19, Alyssa Barrintios. And Duer is still down. A little slow to get up, but looks like she is going to be able to be okay. She's limping just ever so slightly. Looks like she should be okay. Here's Caffarella. Trying to make something happen. Tried to get it over to Brooke Tardis. That opportunity, though, failed. And now here comes Richland, number 7, Carla Tapia.
Come on, Carla!
Tried to put something together. Here's Veronica Miranda. Vasquez Durr controlling it. Durr goes down to the floor again. But the ball is picked up by number 2, Megan Begley. So here's Begley. Tripped up. No call. I'm sorry, it's actually Caffarella who got tripped up. And here comes Richland with Vasquez. Flag goes up. Looks like it went out of bounds, and it'll go to Brookdale. So again, Brookdale coming in here trying to be the first school in team history to go back-to-back as far as championships are concerned. The Nationals won the Region 19 tournament a couple of weeks ago, then came here on Thursday and beat Rock Valley 3-0 to advance to the national championship round. Their only loss this year was back on September 11th when they lost to Mercer County College, a Division II squad, so you could say that they're undefeated in Division III play. Here's Caffarella near the goal, trying to get something going. Has the ball roll out of bounds. And Richland will maintain possession. So Alyssa Marantos will boot it away for Richland. Picked up by Raquel Rodriguez. Over to the corner to Nicole Rodriguez. Flags go up, and it looks like Richland will take possession. So here's number 19, Alyssa Barrentos. Inbounding for the Thunder Ducks. Here's Miranda. Has the ball swatted, taken away by Tardis. Ball will go out of play, but it'll remain with Richland. Inbounding in front of us, here's Kelsey Bird. Gets it over to Cassandra. And to Reed. Now here's Barrantitos. Here's Tapia. Controlling it for Richland. Gets it over to Martinez. And here's Tapia. Has the ball taken away from her. A lot of contact between her and number 12, Ashley Caffarella. Richland still has possession, though, for the moment. Miranda now controlling it. Loses it for just a second. Tapia made an attempt to go after the ball. Looks like Brookdale must have touched it last, as Lauren Vasquez will look like we'll boot it away. Now actually, no, now it's actually going to be Cassandra Ainreid. She made an attempt to try to get one of her players near the goal to maybe kick it in. But that shot was a little bit wide. So just 7 minutes gone by here in the second half. Still no score. Richland has had a couple of opportunities, so has Brookdale. None, though, so far have resulted in any score change. Here's Rodriguez. Gets it near the goal, but now it is taken away by Richland and booted way up the field to Vasquez. Vasquez over to Tapia. Here's Tapia. Gets bumped down by Maddock. And now here comes Brookdale. Rodriguez will pick it up from the corner. Double teamed. The player has gone down for Brookdale. Appears to be holding her right leg. I can't quite tell who the number is. Megan Begley will come over to check. Looks like possibly a hamstring. We have a number, it looks like it's Raquel Rodriguez. Again, she's already taped up that right hamstring, and that appears to be what she is holding.
We're left at the ticket table with a keychain reading the name Megan. If these are yours, please go to the ticket
now
table.
Now Katie Miller will come over to take a look.
Thank you.
Not sure how she fell or what exactly happened as far as her going down. But now she's going to be helped off the field by Coach Katie Miller and will walk off the field limping a little bit, but yet under her own power. So Raquel Rodriguez will head to the sidelines.
Substitution number 6 for number 9.
So Kimberly D. Ermilio will come in for Raquel Rodriguez, who will be helped off to the sidelines. So D. Ermilio will take the ball and inbound from the right corner. Brookdale trying to set something up underneath. Here's Dorr. Double team for the moment. Moving closer to the goal, gets it inside. Ball is poked around. Now over to Nicole Rodriguez. Richland stops that offensive drive though. As here's Vasquez fighting hard to try to keep it under possession. Here's D'Ermilio. Over to Begley. Taken away by now Kelsey Bird, who tries to get it ahead to Vasquez. Bird. Trying to get something going offensively for Richland. Can't quite get it to go past half field. Vasquez goes down. She appears to get up though under her own power. And here comes Brookdale. Durr gets it into Rodriguez. Rodriguez now over to D'Ermilio, who will have the ball taken away for the moment by Kelsey Bird. D'Ermilio will inbound. Here's Durr. Moving closer and closer to the net. She has numbers underneath. And the ball just a little bit wide for Nicole Rodriguez. Not too many clean looks at the net for either of these teams so far tonight. Whistle. Barantos. Booted away for Richland. Richland just trying to get out of their own territory. Martinez. Now over to Vasquez. Vasquez tied up for the moment. And flags go up, and looks like Vasquez may have dribbled it off her toe. Possession arrow will go to Brookdale. Starting to get a little bit physical out there. Lots of players being shoved down to the ground. Maybe a little bit of frustration from both squads as they have not been able to do anything productive as far as scoring goes. So here's Montefinis. Over to Begley. Begley over to Caffarella. Tried to get it inside to Rodriguez. That, though, was stopped by Kelsey Bird. Here's Martinez. Over to Miranda. So we are 13 minutes gone by here in the second half. Still no score. Bird and Durr get together. Now here's Tardis for Brookdale. Begley. And Stort will pick it up for Brookdale to keep it away. Now here's Miranda. Over to Tapia. Tapia gets it ahead and will kick it out of bounds. So again, if you're just joining us, you have missed some interesting action, but not a whole lot of scoring. We are coming up on the 15-minute mark here in the second half. Both teams have had plenty of opportunities and have spent a good deal of time in each other's own territory, but not a whole lot of clean looks at the basket. Goalies have had a pretty easy day thus far. Now, that all could change, of course, as we head on and get deeper into the second half. Here's D'Amelio. Tried to get it ahead to Rodriguez. Now Bird will inbound for Richland. Vasquez. Over to Tapia. And Marty Stort now for Brookdale. Getting a little bit too uncomfortable with all the action that was going on with Richland near their goal, and she'll come out and just take the ball and boot it away. Player goes down for Brookdale. That is Nicole Rodriguez after getting tripped up. Looks like there was a foul committed on Richland. And Amanda Anastasia will take the ball from midfield. Tardis missed on the attempted headbutt. Now here comes Richland. Here's Miranda. Double team for the minute. Able to fight it off and now has some numbers. Miranda gets tripped up, goes down, no call, and the ball will get pushed out of bounds. It'll remain with Richland.
Richland, number 14 for number 7.
So Tapia will come out. And Alex Arzabala will come in to replace Tapia for Richmond. Substitution. Flag goes up. And then will remain with Richland. Bird will inbound. Martinez gets it over to Stewart, who makes a nice save. Anticipated that, though. You can just feel the intensity starting to pick up just a little bit, as both of these players knowing, both these teams knowing that as we get closer and closer to the end of this half, the opportunity to possibly get a lead and hold it. And as far as comfort level for a lot of these fans who have come out here today, I know make it a lot easier for either of these teams to at least get at least 1 point and possibly try to hold on. It has really been a defensive game so far, although there has been a lot of offensive opportunities for both teams. But we still have 28 minutes remaining here in the second half. So Richland will inbound from the corner, gets it up near the goal. And Brookdale does a nice job of breaking that up for the moment. Now back inside. Carolyn Bird, Kelsey Bird, I'm sorry. Will retrieve it for Richmond. Here's Vasquez. Vasquez guarded closely by Caffarella. Number 10, Martinez, had a nice drive, but her shot was a little bit wide.
Brookdale, number 5 for number 6.
So Brianna Penix will come in for Kimberly D'Amelio. It's the first time Penix has been in the game today. There's Vasquez. Getting jostled around there. A little bit of a breakaway now. Vasquez has the ball taken away by Durr. Popped up in the air. And Miranda for the Thunder Ducks will control. .26 minutes remaining here in the second half. Still no score in the Women's Division III National Championship game. As I mentioned a few minutes ago, as the temperature is dropping, the intensity level is starting to build. As both these teams starting to run out of time. One-on-one now, and Brookdale is offsides. It was a nice breakaway by appears to be Caffarella. From where I'm standing, I'm not 100% sure. It was actually Durr on that breakaway just a minute ago. I misspoke. A lot of the numbers looking very familiar, or very similar. So here's Penix. As I mentioned, the first time she's been in the game today. Tried to get it over to Begley, but now it's taken away by Richland. Here's Vasquez up to Miranda. Richland has some numbers here, and Miranda goes down hard, and we're going to get a whistle. foul on Brookdale. Miranda went down hard. Now, is this going to be a penalty kick? The ball is placed in the center of the field. And that kick was a little bit off to the right. It was Alyssa Barnitos. Brookdale now trying to lead a little bit of an offensive charge. A player goes down hard. No call. Although, no, actually, no, there is a call made. Looks like it was Caffarella who went down. Now another player for Richland goes down. A whistle. Looks like Richland will inbound. Here's Caffarella trying to get something going for Brookdale. Ball popped up way in the air. Taken by Rodriguez. Unfortunately, dribbles it off her foot. Bird over to Vasquez. Vasquez being shoved and being guarded closely by Maddock. Vasquez. Double team now as she heads toward the corner. And bounces it off of Maddock out of bounds. So we're approaching the 20 minutes left. 21:41 and counting, to be precise. Here in the second half. Still no score for either of these teams. Here's Penix. We have a whistle. Looks like the referee was just confirming where Penix was going to inbound. So here's Penix right in front of us here. Gets it into Rodriguez. Back over to Penix. Now over to Maddock. Here comes Miranda for Richland. Bird now for Richland, trying to get something going offensively here for the Thunderducks. Martinez now. Barentitos booted it up in the air, but it'll be controlled by Brookdale. Penix was not able to handle that one. And now as a result, here is Richland with another opportunity now to try to set up something. As we are now under 20 minutes left to play here in the second half, still no score. Here is Caffarella across the midfield line. Martinez. Looks like the ball goes out of bounds. And here's Martinez now controlling for Richland. Gets it over to Vasquez. Was unable to keep that under control. Now here comes Caffarella. Gets it over to Penix. Ball gets booted way up in the air and will sail out of bounds. So Maddox will inbound. Gets it to Penix. Back over to Maddox, but Maddox will shove it out of bounds.
Substitution. Richland, number 7 for number 14.
So we're going to get a substitution now for Richland. Carla Tapia will come in for Alex Arzabala. Bird will inbound. Martinez. Ball popped up near midfield. Martinez just bumped one of her own players. I believe that was Miranda. Now here's Vasquez. Had an opportunity, was ahead of the field, but the ball did not quite fall the way she was hoping it to possibly give her an opportunity at the net. Miranda had a clear shot. It was just a little bit wide to the left. Marty Stort, though, was definitely waiting for it. So here's Penix. Penix racing ahead. Keeps it under control. Nice move inside to get the ball near Dorr. It's taken away by Richland. As we approach 15 minutes remaining here in the second half, still no score here in the Women's Division III National Championship game today in Toms River on Ocean County's soccer field. Both these teams having the ability to really explode as far as points go, but we have not seen that as of late, but the intensity, as I mentioned, is starting to pick up. There's Tapia for Richland. Taken away now by Caffarella. The ball will roll out of bounds. Ball moving way high in the air. Over to Tapia. Tapia over to Miranda. Miranda now over to Martinez. The ball will roll out of bounds. Go back to Brookdale. 15:30 and counting here in the second half, still no score. As I've mentioned many times in this game, Brookdale trying to become the first team in school history to win back-to-back national championships. National championships in Division III college sports for Brookdale as of late have been nothing new. The Brookdale men's basketball team won a national championship in 2013, a couple of years ago. And of course, the women's soccer team won their national championship last year. But trying to become the first team in school history to win back-to-back national championships. They have a great opportunity here today. Richland Community College, though, hailing out of Texas, not making it easy. As here's Vasquez being guarded closely by Meredith Parliament as two players go down. Vasquez, one of those for Richland. Bends down to tie her shoe. Another player tying her shoe for Brookdale. Looks like that is number 16, Amanda Anastasia. Here's Miranda. Over to Tapia. Richland trying to get something going. Taken away by Brookdale. Bird pops it way up in the air. Tapia tried to take it. Nice nifty move by Caffarella. Now over to Begley, who now loses it. And here come the Thunderducks, trying to put something together. Here's Vasquez. Vasquez lost possession of it. Tried to get it over to Reed. Now here's Penix. Over to Durr. Durr tries to lead it for Tardis. Now it's taken away. So here's Penix. Over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez with an opportunity, still maintains possession. Here's Penix. And now it's taken away by Tapia. Ball will roll out of play and go back to Brookdale. 12:24 and counting remaining here in the second period of play. Still no score. Personally, I'm a little bit surprised. I said earlier Brookdale averaged 4.7 points per game this year. They might change it though. Here's a little bit of a breakaway. Stopped though by Richland. That was number 12, Ashley Caffarella, who was leading the charge.
Substitution, Richland, number 14. For number 15.
So number 14, Alex Arzabala, will come in for Cassandra and Rita. Just as I say that, we're starting to get a little bit of precipitation down here, just a little bit of rain. Wasn't supposed to rain, but we are getting a little bit of precipitation dropped on us right now. 10:24 remaining here in the second half, still no score. And of course, a lot of people wondering if we are going to hit overtime. How much more intense is it going to get if that does come to play? We're 10 minutes and 24 seconds away from that. The way that it's looking now, it could be a huge possibility. Both two players go hard to the ground. Brianna Penix was one of them, and Lauren Vasquez was the other for Richland. So here's Anastasia booting it away for Brookdale. Taken away by Tapia. Up to De La Fuente. It's beginning to rain just a little bit harder here in Toms River. Ball kicked out of play by number 2, Megan Begley. Vasquez gets shoved from behind. It looks like it's going to be a foul on number 7, Meredith Parliament. So here's Tapia. Boots it high up in the air. Vasquez tried to handle it. Now Parliament boots it up. And here's Penix for Brookdale, trying to get something going offensively, as now we are under 10 minutes here in the second half. No score. Penix. Over to Begley. Begley over to Rodriguez. Stolen away by De La Fuente. And will roll out of bounds. And remain with the Thunderducks as we approach the 8-minute mark. 8 minutes remaining here in the second half. Still no score. You begin to get that feeling that possibly we might be heading to overtime here in Toms River for the women's national championship game. We have one player for Richmond who was a little bit slow to get up. She fell down to the turf. That's number 10, Cynthia Martinez. She's limping just a little bit. But now she jogs away. She looks like she's okay. Saw her fall down, grabbing her left leg. Couldn't be able to walk it off, though. So here's Penix. Penix has an opportunity over to Rodriguez. The ball is booted away. Will remain with Brookdale. Penix will inbound. Penix into Rodriguez. Rodriguez guarded by Kelsey Bird. Now over to Durr, who has the ball taken away and kicked out of bounds. So Brookdale now will have a shot from the corner as Brookdale sets their offense up near the goal. Here's the kick. Booted high over the net. By Ashley Caffarella. So another opportunity gone by for Brookdale as we approach 6 minutes remaining. Here's Kelsey Bird with the Thunderducks. Gets it up ahead. Here's Durr. Double teamed. Loses possession. Contact now. Allie Maddox goes hard down to the turf. She ran into Alex Arzabala. And we're going to get a yellow card now on Alex Arzabala.
A yellow card has been issued to number 14 of Richland.
So she will trot off the field.
17 for
Coming
14
in for her will be
Richland.
Veronica Miranda. So it appears whatever was bothering her as far as her right leg seems to be healed up. And she's back in the floor. But again, a yellow card being displayed for Alex Arzabala. We've certainly had a lot of fouls called and a lot of contact, but that's our first yellow card thus far, and it comes with just under 5 minutes remaining. Here's Tapia, trying to get something going offensively for the Thunderducks. Vasquez loses possession. Whoa, number 26 may have gotten away with a shove. Here's Vasquez. Vasquez in the right corner. Here's Tapia. And that shot's wide to the left.
Substitution, Richland, number 15 for number 6.
And we're going to have a substitution. Cassandra Andereed will come in for Yazeli De La Fuente. So Anrita in for De La Fuente for Richland. There's Penix controlling for Brookdale. Tries to get it up ahead to Nicole Rodriguez. Now here's Martinez. Martinez over to Vasquez. Vasquez guarded closely by Meredith Parliament. Vasquez still controlling in that right corner, trying to get something going. Has the ball taken away by Parliament. Up ahead now to Carolyn Durr. Ball tipped around. And we'll go back to Richland as Tapia controls. Tapia gets it ahead to nobody. Will be taken by Anastasia. Here's Miranda. Again, coming in after that injury. As we approach 3 minutes remaining here in this second half, still no score. Here's Durr, trying to get something together as we approach, we're now under 3 minutes. Vasquez. Vasquez with an opportunity now. Gets it over to Andrian. Andrian now comes up with a cramp as Penix now starts pulling away. Brookdale has numbers. Rodriguez over to Penix. Guarded closely by Bird. And it'll go out of bounds. It looks like it'll remain with Richland. And number 15, Cassandra Andrade. Limping a little bit with that right leg. She looks like she's going to be able to walk it off. Kelsey Bird will inbound for Richland. Here's Durr, trying to set something up. Durr. Caffarelli. Now up to Tardis. Tardis to Montefanice. Ball is loose. Back over to Montefanice. As we are under 2 minutes now, 147 and counting.
Come on, Red!
Montefanice controlling. Will boot it away out of bounds. We'll remain with Ocean County. So we are under 90 seconds now, still no score. Possibly, and it looks most likely heading to overtime unless something changes here in the last 90 seconds. Here's Maddock. Maddock. Over to Tardis. Tardis over to Rodriguez, who takes a shot, and that's wide left.
Last minute to play in the second half, 1 minute.
And as we approach 1 minute, it's becoming more and more apparent that we might be heading to overtime. Rodriguez had an opportunity from the corner. It was a good shot, but a little bit wide left, a little bit too high, not as precise as it needed to be. So approaching 30 seconds left in this second half. Here's Durr for Brookdale, trying to make one last ditch effort before the end of the period. Ball popped up. Here's Tardis, and a nice save made by Armoria Olivin.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7,
you hear the countdown.
6, 5.
It looks like that's going to take us into
3,
overtime.
2, 1, 0.
Two valiant efforts made by Brookdale within those last 2 or 3
At the end
minutes.
of the second half, still no score. We'll be heading to
First,
overtime.
Nicole Rodriguez, from the corner. And then Tardis had an opportunity to headbutt it in to the net. And a nice save made by Emer. So we're going to take a break and come
just
back.
Just a reminder to remain
the
off the field of play at all times.
Overtime period.
Especially during and
just a
after
few minutes.
the
We're going to
event
step aside,
during the
take a quick
championship
break,
awards
catch our breath.
presentation. Your cooperation is greatly
It has stopped
appreciated.
raining here.
Thank you.
We'll come back for the first period of overtime in just a few minutes. But here we are, about to start the first of 2 possible overtime periods here in Toms River in the Women's National Championship game. Brookdale again trying to become the first school, or first team in school history to go back-to-back and win the national championship for women's Division III soccer. On the other side for Richland, the Thunder Ducks coming in here with 3 national titles in the past. Most recent one coming back in 2009, obviously trying to turn that around. And it has been an interesting game so far. Lots of opportunities for both teams to try to make something happen on the offensive end. A couple of nice saves made by each of the goalies. Marty Stewart for Brookdale, and then of course Amari Olivan for Richland. And as a result, we are still knotted up at 0. So we begin our first of 2 potentially overtime periods. If we're still tied after those 2 periods, then we go to penalty kicks, which will definitely start creating excitement. Here's Vasquez. Had a short opportunity at the net. Taken away, though, by Rodriguez, who gets it over to Durr. And here comes Brookdale. Durr, nice move, double teamed. Gets tripped up. My goodness, a lot of legs being tangled up there. Durr and Martinez with the 2 who were mixing it up, trying to get possession. It's 1 minute gone by here in the first overtime period. I should mention that this is a sudden death overtime. Whoever scores first, no matter what, will end the game. So could really end at any time. And certainly with the intensity level starting to pick up, both of these teams knowing what's on the line, should be interesting to watch. Here's Vasquez. Gets over to Durr, had the ball poked away. Gonna be picked up by Caffarella. The ball will go out of bounds. Crowd did not like that call. They wanted it to go off of Richland. Barrentitos headbutts it out of bounds. Brookdale, for the moment, will control possession. Here's Rodriguez, has the ball taken away. Now here's Durr, double teamed. Gets it back out to Maddock. Maddock over to Tardis. Tardis ricochets it off the fence. And they'll remain with Richland. Alyssa Barrentitos will inbound. Durr goes down to the floor hard, but she gets back up again, didn't even lose focus. Literally went down to the 360 as she was falling, got right back up. Ball went out of bounds, but definitely did not lose focus at all. Here's Martinez, boots it way up in the air. Rodriguez. Here's Tardis. Here's Penix. Penix has the ball taken away. Here comes Vasquez trying to get in there. Kelsey Bird. Now over to Tardis. Tardis belts it up. And oh my goodness. Almost an incredible play made by Nicole Rodriguez. Belted it up there. And the goalie for Richland, Amari Olivan, was walking toward it almost just very, very casually. Looked like she was going to be able to catch it, and it went right through her hands and almost wound up in the back of the net. A close call there for Richland. It was a very, very slow-moving kick. Again, Nicole Rodriguez was the one who got it up in the air. And as I mentioned, Olivan was walking towards it very, very casually, going to try to just catch it. It went right through her hands and almost rolled behind into the net. And you have to weather the, possibly think that maybe the cold weather might have something to do with it. As I mentioned, we started out the game, temperatures in the 50s. I'm sure it has dropped now, much colder than that. We had some rain. That has since stopped for the moment, as we are now halfway through this first overtime period with 4 minutes and 50 seconds and counting. Vasquez tries to get possession. Now here's Anastasia. Ball will roll out of bounds, but Brookdale will inbound. This is Allie Maddox who gets it in play. Here's Tapia, guarded closely by Penix. Tapia puts up a shot, goes down. Marty Stork comes out trying to grab the ball. No harm, no foul. And for the moment, things calm down once again. As Anastasia will boot it away. Over to Penix. Penix goes down, no foul though. And the ball will roll out of bounds. Bird inbounds. Over to Miranda. Three minutes and 10 seconds now remaining in this first of two possible overtimes. Still no score, although Brookdale had a huge opportunity that almost went their way. Here's Tapia making some nifty moves. She goes down but loses possession of the ball. Thunderducks still under possession here. Here's Vasquez. Over to Martinez. Martinez spinning around, trying to keep possession. Double teamed. Martinez loses it. And now Anastasia will boot it away for Brookdale to get it out of their own territory. Thunderducks will still, though, maintain possession. Bird tries to get into Vasquez, who got shoved from behind by Penix.
Come on, Rock!
Bodies go flying, one player down to the floor. I believe that was Vasquez for Richland. Now here's Martinez. Has the ball taken away. Here's Durr. Boots it ahead, and the ball will go out of play. We're going to have
substitution, Brookdale number 6 for number 5.
We're going to have Brianna Penix will come out. Kimberly D'Amelio will come in. As we approach 90 seconds here in this first of 2 possible overtimes, still no score. Brookdale, though, has a golden opportunity now to possibly punch it in and win the championship. Durr has the ball poked out of bounds, but will remain with the Jersey Blues. And now Brookdale has an opportunity to possibly punch it in here and tip it in as we approach 1 minute. Here's the kick.
Last minute to play in the first overtime, 1 minute.
Maddox over to Begley. Begley, a kick, yes, in the back of the net. Begley, Megan Begley has done it. It was on that kickoff from the right side. The ball got tipped around a little bit, went back to Begley, who had a clear shot at it. And unfortunately, Amari Olivan saw it coming, just misjudged it a little bit, and it fell literally right over her head. And the celebration has begun here for the Jersey Blues. There's Coach Katie Miller on the field. But what a play by Megan Begley, the sophomore from Middletown, New Jersey. Probably just kicked the biggest goal of her life. But for Brookdale Community College, they become the first team ever in school history to go back-to-back and win not only national championships in soccer, but national championships in overall.